So, last night was a pretty terrible night in Paris. There were terrorist attacks. Over 150 people killed. Bombs detonated in a course of a soccer match. 6 separate terrorist attacks. In the most gruesome instance, 4 Muslims took over a crowded theater where a rock concert was playing, and they essentially started executing the concert goers one by one. There's a video of people trying to escape that massacre of a young French guy dragging his friend, his apparently wounded friend. Another guy limping, horrified woman, and this is just a reminder of the evil that is in our midst and the stupidity that is in our midst. This is a reminder, an infuriating reminder, that certain of our leaders in Europe need to be thrown out the door, and they are not fit to serve the people that they serve. I'm talking about, obviously, Angela Merkel and Hollande himself. Hollande announced that he was instituting emergency measures, and he's closing the border. He's closing the border. Well, then he qualifies. He's not really closing the border. He's just instituting border controls to at least get a grasp of who's coming into the country. This is a little bit too late. This is somebody suggested this is if a girl closed her legs when she's already pregnant. Now, we have right now in Europe, and guys, if any of you thinks I give a damn about the sexist connotations of the remark that I just made, you're wrong, because I don't. But in any event, Angela Merkel has open border policies in Germany. She's brought in over 1.5 million people into Europe. Asylum seekers, there's going to be about 1 million, between 1 million and 1.5 million asylum seekers in Germany alone. And most of these people are coming from places where these types of terrorist attacks are just par for the course, or just routine. Now, to me, it's a little bit confusing why you would think that if you brought in the people of a country into your country, you're not bringing in the conditions and circumstances of that country as well, because our country is nothing but an agglomeration of people, and if you have certain cultural tendencies or personality traits prevalent within the population, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to anticipate that the conditions in the country of origin of these peoples are going to be replicated in their adoptive societies. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. So, a shocking terrorist attack right now in Paris. Innocent people just gunned down, butchered, massacred, and a political leadership that just cannot deal with the reality. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Angela Merkel. She's bringing in people from the killing fields in Syria, primarily men, primarily military-aged men, into Europe by the hundreds of thousands. And it's clear at this point that this terrorist attack in Paris was orchestrated by ISIS, by the Muslim terrorist group. But I wouldn't be surprised if if some of the manpower that was used to deploy these terrorists in 6 coordinated terrorist attacks were part of the hordes that are coming over, courtesy of Angela Merkel, who has repeatedly insisted that she does not want borders, she does not want fences, she just wants a happy, welcoming face for the benefit of all these guys. The problem is that you gotta break through the bull crap, because the shit factor in some of these populations, in the Arab population, is just very, very high, and a lot of these people that are coming over are prone to violence. In Sweden, the rapes are just Sweden has more rapes than anywhere in the world aside from Lesotho, Africa, which is a small country in Africa that has a large diamond mines and an incredibly high HIV incidence level. And that's the only country in the world that, according to the statistics, has a higher rape incidence than Sweden, and that is primarily the result of Muslim immigration. Now, these are unflattering realities. These are, I realize that for some people, reality is just a shocking, hurtful concept. It's you got to protect your feelings at all costs, and you got to block out reality. But when you have attacks such as what happened in Paris, the reality just comes down on you like an anvil. You have a population, a Muslim population in France of 10%, and you're now having one terrorist attack after another. I mean, Charlie Hebdo, where journalists were gunned down and cartoonists were gunned down because of some Mohammed drawings. Happened not so long ago. I mean, it happened this year, 2015, and then you also had every Christmas, the Muslims run down Christmas shoppers for fun. These people are there's a problem, and the issue is this: these people think that they can bully us. But we are not a violent people. We try not to be a violent people. We try to be a kind and generous and accepting and politically correct people. But see, here's the rub. We are that way for one reason. We are that way because we know that our capacity for violence is tremendous, is unbounded. We can destroy entire cities, entire countries, entire populations. And we hold back because we know that we can do this. And so these Muslims who think that they can come to Europe and that we are weak, we are. I suppose that that weakness, that projection of weakness, is intentional. Because we know what we're capable of doing. But if you push us hard enough, we will do what we're capable of doing, and then in that case you will find yourself in the mouth of an angry dog with big teeth who will eat you up, tear you up, and who will shit your bones out of its bowels. That's just what's going to happen. So word for the wise for all those Muslims who just think that they can come over and butcher us and massacre us and rape our women. You are treading very, very dangerous waters, and you need to be very careful. And you need to control your community, because if you do not control your community will be controlled for you. And unfortunately, this is not French Algiers. Paris is not French Algiers. We do not have anywhere to run to if we lose France or if we lose other European countries. So, if you corner us, we're not just going to go back to France, because, we are France, we are Germany, we are Hungary, we are these countries, and, there's nowhere that we can run to. So if you corner us, our reaction will be shocking to you. And you will see things that perhaps you're not used to, but that other generations before ours have seen. And so you need to be very careful. Take care, guys.